Welcome to part 2 of the complete millwork installation series. In this video, we're going to cover building the frames for 2 slab doors, laying out the hinges and routing them out, along with some of this hardware that can be a pain in the butt. So hopefully you guys enjoy. So we have some door slabs, and we got to make the jambs for them and obviously route out the hinges. So first off, starting with the side jambs, I like to personally, and this is personal preference, I like to keep the top jamb on the top. I'm not going to route it or anything like that. I like to keep it there. Some people like to keep it on the side like this, but I prefer to go this way. And I'll talk a little later about why when I do the installation. So we're going to leave 1/8 on the top. First rule, the rule of thumb for the hinges is 7 inches from the top is your first one. The middle one is centered between the top and the bottom. And then this bottom one should be 11 inches from the bottom to here, but I like going 9 inches. So yeah, now we're gonna make the pattern to route out the hinges. So let's get to it. So we're gonna make the pattern for the hinges. It's a really simple process. Just got 2 blocks, 2 little ones, and I'll show you what we're gonna do with them. First step, we're gonna glue one of the blocks super quick. That's why I love 2p10. So there we go. Okay, now we put the hinge here. Okay, pretty snug, so I'll show you the next step. So now we're just gonna mark how deep we want the hinge. I'm gonna keep like 1/8 reveal on this outer end. These hinges are a little small. So then I'm gonna place my pattern on that mark, roughly, and then I'm gonna glue the block. So there, so roughly right there. I'm just gonna keep it. Try and keep it straight, obviously. Generally, I would trim the end here so I can square it and make sure that this is straight, but I can eye the reveal really well. So yeah, just eye the reveal and we are good. So real quick, to set the router bit, I'm using a flush bearing bit and it's completely flush with the bearing. I'm just gonna set it to the thickness of the pattern plus the thickness of the hinge leaf. So pattern's on, clamped, ready to route. So now all we gotta do is route it. We just gotta square up these corners. For that, I'm just gonna use a corner chisel. Pretty simple process. Okay. Now for the fit. There you guys go. Hopefully that helped. So now that we got the jamb routed, just gonna put it on top of the door so I don't get confused on which way it goes. I'm gonna put it on top of the door and then just leave the reveal that I'm gonna need on the top, and then use a square to transfer that line straight down. Only need one, so we're gonna do that on the last one as well. So just gonna route this. Not gonna have a corner chisel, you can use a sharp chisel and leave the guide on and just square up corners that way. This off. And fit the hinge. There you guys go. So we have everything routed, jambs and doors. So now we're gonna go around and do the holes for the screws, very important. And for that, I'm gonna be using a self-center bit. So this basically you just pop it in any hole and the drill bit comes out centered. So really simple. So again, just not that deep, really easy and centered every time. There you go. Looks like it should. So we're gonna route out some ball catches, and really simple. Again, 4 little blocks. These in the middle, they're gonna be the exact same thickness as the plate, just a hair bigger. So we're just gonna use 2p10 and glue them up. So now we're just gonna center our guide and glue the clamping block. So just move freely like that. So we got the jig clamped in place, so now we just gotta route it.
So now we're just going to straighten out these corners with the Hinge chisel. So he's put the strike blade in there, drilled out these with a center bit, and then marked the center for the little ball catch. So we're going to drill it out. Now for the fit. There you guys go. Perfect. So we got the doors and the jambs for the sides routed. So now we got to cut the top piece. The top piece is going to be a combination of all these numbers. So it's going to be the door sizes plus the spacing between the jambs and the doors. So that's 3/8 on each side, plus the thickness of the jambs. And that's 1.5 inches. So that comes out to 71 7/8. So that's what we're going to cut the top piece at. So we routed this out on the door for that, but now for the plate that it gets caught on, we're going to transfer that to the top jamb just by a little center mark, and obviously I have it prepped up here with the spacing for the jamb plus the reveal. So just lining up the center mark that we made from the door onto the seam jig, and we're ready to route. Clap. So now we just got to square these out. Alrighty, with this cut out, now we just gotta route. I'm just gonna freehand it, this little dent in the plate. Alright, so now we just gotta drill out these little holes. Alrighty, doesn't have to be pretty, but it fits and it's pretty on the outside. All right, so now we're just going to attach the jambs to the head jamb. Okay. So that's going to sum it up for building the frame, attaching the hinges and the doors and other hardware. There are jigs that they sell for these hinges, but obviously just wanted to show you a quick way of making jigs for hardware that might not have jigs available for them. So next video, we're going to cover the actual installation, and until then, take care.